Hey guys, what's up? Thanks so much for stopping by. Today's video is going to be my October favorites. It has been since August that I last filmed a monthly favorites. I don't know what happened to September, but we're gonna make up for it today. I have some great beauty favorites, lifestyle favorites, starting off with these jammies. If you clicked on and you're like, wow, really? You couldn't even get into real clothes today, Dana? It's because I wanted you to be able to see them in all their glory. This is from the Stars Above brand at Target. I have some pants from them and other sleep shirts. I don't know what it is about their materials. They're just so comfortable. I feel like the best way to describe it is like stretchy and slinky, but without being like stifling and hot. This is just long sleeves button up with a matching pants. I know if you're not like a leopard or cheetah person, I always forget what print this is. One is outlined and one isn't, I think. I could be wrong. But if you're not into this whole like spotted cat, Carol Baskin sort of vibe, I know there's like a pinstripe version, there's solid versions. They're just so comfortable and the length is nice too. I'm like 5'9", 5'10". I swear I can like change by an inch in a month. Sometimes I go to the doctor and they tell me I'm only 5'9", and then other times I'm like 5'10" with a tiny little bump on top. How that works, I'm not quite sure. But even with that height, the pants aren't freaking high waters on me. That's my issue. Sometimes I will find a pair of pajamas that I love, but they're just so short and it's not like the cute cropped short vibe. It's just like straight up, I'm expecting a flood. These aren't like that. They're comfortable. There is a pocket in the shirt if you wanted to like stuff a little bedtime snack in there. There's no pockets in the pants, but I mean, I don't really feel like those are necessary for pajama pants. I love them. I know a lot of the time over on the Cartwheel app with Target, you can get like 20% off or 30% off of jammies, but they're totally worth full price if you just need pajamas right away. Get these, I promise you will love them. This is the makeup bag I used whenever I was in Florida. Last week, I traveled with Vera Bradley, had an amazing time with them. They had sent over a few pieces of their luggage, and I know a lot of us, you think Vera Bradley and you think like quilted patterns and you know, just like paisley. No, they have really stepped up their game. I'm just more of a solids kind of gal, and I personally love this color. I'm pretty sure on their site this is listed as toasted terracotta. I have this same material in a backpack as well. I was so shocked by how much it fit. I don't have everything in there right now, just my favorites to share with you. Inside there is a pattern, but it also has this plastic lining. That way, like if a foundation or a powder busts in there, it's easy just to wipe clean. More than anything, besides the size, it's the color that I love. I just love these like rusty fall oranges. I think they're so beautiful. If you stay up to date with me, I'll wipe this first. It's a little grungy looking. I had mentioned how I recently took a dive back into all of like my old school MAC favorites. I cannot put this palette down. I actually have another 15 pan palette from MAC in my drawer as well, but this is the one that I've been reaching for the most. There's Saddle in here, Swiss Chocolate, Naked Lunch, but the shade that I've been going so hard on is Woodwinked. If you were a MAC lover way back in the day, this was a staple for you as well. I have a little bit of this on my lid right now. This has just been the eye that I've been wearing. I go in with a little bit of soft brown in the crease. I just take a little bit of black to create a tiny shadow wing, and then some Naked Lunch and Woodwinked all over the lid, and it's easy. I didn't do demos today just because I kind of want to film an updated everyday makeup routine. This is pretty much what my face has been looking like on a, well, not day-to-day basis, but on the days that I do want to wear makeup, because it's so easy, but it still just looks put together. I really like it. MAC really kind of just got pushed back into the shadows. I know it's a brand that's been around for years, and they definitely had their years of glory here on YouTube, but just with all the other upcoming brands, you know, I just feel like MAC sometimes gets forgotten, but there's so many great classics within the line. Next up for my brows, I know I've mentioned the Milani brow pen, which I still love and I use, but these are the other two products that have been living on my brows for, I think like 3 months now. I mean, I've had this tube of hair gel forever. Now, all of this hasn't only gone on my brows. A lot of it has also gone into Landon's hair as well. I know they do sell a smaller version. I actually saw on Instagram that they're launching like a tube version of this, which definitely makes sense because then you have the brush and the product in one, but I'm guessing that's probably gonna retail for like $3 to $5, and you can get this giant tube for $4. The tiny travel size, which will also last you forever and a day, for I think like $2. So I'm just gonna still keep purchasing this. That way I have it for my brows and Landon has it for his hair as well. But if you love the look of just like a pushed up feathery brow with really separated hairs, this is the way to get it. I know I get questions here and there. This is all that I use. I've used so many other brow gels in the past. Nothing holds my brows in place like this. But what I will say is you have to be someone that double cleanses at the end of the night. You need some sort of cleansing balm or cleansing oil to break this off. Otherwise, you will wake up with your brows still like plastered to your face. But I really like it because I have soft brow hairs, but they're very long. So sometimes like the tail droops down or they're just like, you know, throwing up gang signs. They look crazy, but with the brow gel, that just keeps them in check, in place. Next up, this should look familiar if you caught my latest video. I did a kind of like collective review tutorial demo of Beauty Pie. You guys, several products just swept me right off my feet. This being number one. I think I tried maybe like 8 to 10 products in that video, but this just stuck out immediately when I went to Florida. This was the very first thing I packed into my travel makeup bag. This is just their Glow All Super Powder Face Palette. It's made in Italy. It kind of has that like gelée sort of texture where there's pigment, but it's not where it just like covers everything. It almost leaves this sort of like glaze on your face. I'd mentioned in that video that typically when I get a face palette, it's very rare that I love everything in the face palette. This palette, every single product I get use out of. The bronzer, the highlighter, the 2 blushes. Now, if you're not like a bronzer or highlighter fan, but you love blushes, they do sell these blushes individually as well. You'll have to go check out that video for the demo. This just honestly took my breath away. I freaking love it. I reach for it every single day, and it really does work as like a multi-purpose product. I do have the highlighter on my cheeks, but I also sometimes go in and tap some of that onto my lid as well. It's just such a great palette. Now, on days that I just want to amp up the blush, I've been using their Super Cheek blush in Fresh Faced. This is a cream cheek powder, or cream blush. There we go. Sorry, I just had the word cheek stuck in my head. A cream blush. Initially, I didn't think I was really gonna love this, not because of the formula, but because of the color. Just because I'm someone that typically gravitates more towards like cinnamon, honey sort of blush shades, not so much pink. This combination has definitely just unlocked a new space in my heart for pink blushes. So I'll go in with the powder first and then just add a little bit of the cream on top. It keeps my cheeks looking blushed and flushed all day long. The combo is beautiful. And even though it's a cream blush, it kind of has a little bit of, it's silky when you rub it, but it almost has like more of this moussey sort of consistency. But once you rub it into the skin, it just sets. Like it almost feels like a powder once it's all the way dried down, but it doesn't dust away like a powder. It stays on your cheeks all day long, and it doesn't lift up the powder whenever I apply it on top. I just find that that combination works the best for me. I know whenever Patrick Toff first released his little cream powder blush duos, that's the way that he recommended doing it. So ever since then, I've been going that method, and I really do like it. All right, what do we have next? Okay, this is a total random favorite. I know you're looking at this and you're like, really? Chapstick brand? How boring. Okay. Chapstick cherry, chapstick strawberry, there's another one. What's like the blue? No, it's not blue, it's black. I think that's just their like classic menthol sort of thing. Those are products that you expect your grandpa to like pop out of his shirt pocket, you know, because it's just a boring chapstick. You guys, chapstick brand in candy cane, so good. If you were ever a fan of Burt's Bees in high school, this is like Burt's Bees on steroids. It's less waxy. It just like glides right on like the traditional chapstick formula, but it has a stronger tingle and a stronger peppermint smell. I love peppermint all year round. So candy cane is like always living in my purse. It's one of those products that I use every single day, but I just forget to talk about. And finally, here's your moment to shine chapstick. If you see this one like at Walgreens, Walmart, get it. If you like mint, you will love this. Speaking of, who else is excited for Chick-fil-A Christmas in a Cup? Those peppermint shakes, I don't know what it is. They're so freaking delicious. I've had other mint shakes that end up tasting like toothpaste, but Chick-fil-A just has it down right. The dark chocolate, the candy cane pieces. I need to get one today. If you love Christmas and you're not following me over on Instagram, you're missing out. I did Landon's Grinch tree yesterday. I broke it down for you, showed you all the ornaments, where I got things, little tips on ribbons. If you didn't know, I'm like a Christmas obsessed beast. I eat, live, breathe, drink Christmas. So if you're like that, definitely go give me a follow on Instagram. All right, I have a couple of other things in here. This is another random product from Colourpop. This is still pretty new from them. It's their Level Up Lengthening Mascara. They launched it in, I believe, brown, black, and burgundy. I can't say how well this works on upper lashes. I know it claims to be smudge proof, but I don't think it said waterproof. I do have watery eyes though, and I haven't noticed anything transferring, but I'm just very particular about my actual like upper lash mascara. But this has been my go-to lower lash mascara. It's got, I mean, like a big old honkin' brush on there. This was kind of a change up for me after using Maybelline Lash Discovery, which is like a tiny twig needle brush. But the formula of this is very gripping without being clumpy. So I find it to be the perfect lower lash mascara. Plus the packaging, I know some people are like, who cares about the packaging? It's all about the formula. But I'm someone that appreciates both things, and I just really enjoy the packaging of this. But as I mentioned, I can't say how it works for upper lashes. I'm just a Maybelline Sky High sort of gal. It has to be like jet black, and it has to be waterproof to even touch my upper lashes. Another MAC favorite. I almost feel guilty showing this one, but the main reason I am is just in case you happen to have the original MAC Warm Soul in your collection, pull it back out. I forgot how beautiful this blush was. This used to be the only blush that I ever wore for, I mean, years. This is actually my second one. For whatever reason, whenever MAC changed up their packaging, they decided to reformulate Warm Soul. I'm like, why? There's so many other blushes that you could have attacked and left this one alone, but they changed it. If you go and buy this now, it's not the same. Don't bother. This is a PSA for the people who have like the old school original MAC Warm Soul. Pull this puppy back out. If you don't have this, but you're wanting something similar to this, Laura Geller Pink Grapefruit, the Blush and Brightens. It's similar, it's not the exact same pink tone, but it gives the same just like glowy cheek vibe. This blush is just incredible. Honestly, these and then the Laura Geller Blush and Brightens, nothing gives a sheen like these formulas. They're just impeccable. Okay, on my lips, this is really the only combo minus like the Chapstick Candy Cane that I've been wearing for like 3 weeks. MAC Whirl Lip Liner. I just have not been able to get enough of this. It's the perfect color. It's not like overly brown mauve, and it's not overly like rosy pink mauve. I think MAC actually describes it as a dirty rose, which I think is perfect. It works whenever you want to go in with a nude lipstick on top, but then it also works if you want to go in with something more like rosy, pink, or mauve base on top. So I go in and line and fill my lips with Whirl just because if I don't have any lip liner on, my lips basically just fade into my face. There's like no natural pigmentation to my lips. And then on top, I go in with the Kaja, I think this is the Honey Drizzle. This is one of their gloss shots. I know everyone and their grandma loves the Tower 28 glosses. I don't know if I got a dud of that or what. I got the shade Cashew. The color was beautiful, but the smell was gross, and I just didn't like the overall feeling, but people rave about the scent of those. So I really think I must have received an expired one or something, and at this point it's too late to return to Sephora. But these gloss shots are so good. I love the applicator too. It's this larger paddle doe foot applicator, but it has this little dip, so it just kind of like hugs your lip just right. I have several shades, but Honey Drizzle on top of Whirl is my jam. It's so pretty. There's not really much, is there? I don't think so. Oh. Really, Dana? Yeah, there's not much of a scent as I just like paint my nose with it, but the overall like just feeling of it, it's one of those like pillowy gel sort of glosses. I feel like all glosses should follow suit with this one just because the way that it hugs your lip, it's just really comfortable, and the shine is nice. It's not overly sticky, and it's just really pretty, especially on top of Whirl. This is a clean one because I did not want to show you my dirty one right now. These Wet n Wild sponges are so good. I don't think that they typically have this neon green shade. This came with like a Halloween PR package, but I recently purchased the black one at Target. I love the shape of it. It has that flat side that's perfect just to go in on your under eyes, around your mouth. I still love, love, love the cookie sponge. That will like forever be #1, but I have to say Wet n Wild is like barely a #2. It could definitely sit at the same table with the Koki sponge. I don't get why people still, well, I guess I do. Everyone has their own personal favorite, like their own textures that they love, but I refuse to buy a beauty blender. Like the Koki one is $5. This is like $3, and they work just as well. I really like the flat side of this guy though. It's really nice too if you're someone that goes in with setting powder on your under eyes. I'll keep one dry and then one wet and then just go in with powder and go under here, and it's just the perfect little fit. It's like it was made to get right up under my eyeball. This is the Nest Holiday Candle. I've smelled a lot of their other candle scents and I'm not quite as crazy about them, but Holiday is, I mean, like the perfect definition of a Christmas candle. The key notes are like pine, pomegranate, cinnamon, I think orange, a few other things. It's truly the best Christmas scent ever, and the throw of this is incredible. Even when it's not lit, if it's just sitting in a smaller room or like an entryway, when you walk by, you can still smell the throw of it, even when it's unlit. But lit, it just like, it smothers your house in the best way possible. My mother-in-law was just here visiting and she surprised me with a 3-wick. I cannot wait to light this. You just love a really cozy Christmas candle, please treat yourself and get this one. You don't even have to get the 3-wick. This one I believe is like $68. It's either 70 or 75 on the Nest site, but sometimes it'll drop down to like 65 on Amazon. Plus you could always get it at Sephora too during the VIB sale. I know that they have a set with the diffuser and the candle. I'll go ahead and link several options down below. But Nest Holiday, I have the same exact scent in my Pura as well. Like I loved the scent so much that I instantly went on to Pura because I knew that they carried Nest fragrances to see if they had Holiday. Sure enough, they did. And that is also going on throughout my house. I could just sit here and like repeatedly smell this candle all day long. It is so delicious. The very final product that I want to talk about are these little portable phone chargers. So these are from the brand myCharge. I think as of right now, they are only compatible with iPhone 12 and up. It may have changed since I got them like I think almost a month and a half ago. So it comes in a 16-hour, 32, and then 48-hour charge. This is the largest brick, and as you can see, it just has the little mag lock on it. So I have one on my phone right now. This is the smallest, which is the 16-hour. This would make an amazing stocking stuffer for like anybody in your family. It's something that someone would actually use. I had this large one in my carry-on bag, and then I just carry the smaller one around in my purse. So it does have the magnetic or like mag lock on it. But one thing that I wanted to mention is, oh yeah, it makes a little sound so you know that's connected without having to look at the actual icon. If you are like me and you have a case that has a slick back like this, whoops, I turned my light on. This is from Casetify. I purchased this with my own money. I still absolutely adore it. I drop my phone so much, not just like in the house, but like in the parking lot when I'm getting out of the car. I think I dropped it on the airport floor like 4 times. This is like their Ultra Protect case. These seriously make such a big difference. They have these little rubber bumpers on the edges. I dropped mine face down, on the side, on the corner. Luckily, everything is still in one piece. I mean, I don't get how I drop my phone so much, to be honest. I'm someone that really would benefit from like a belt clip phone, not saying I would, but yeah, this is another favorite. I'll go ahead and link this exact pattern down below. I know a lot of people have like sponsorships with Casetify. I purchased mine with my own money. But what I wanted to say is if you have something with a slick back like this, the mag lock does not hold on. So whenever I'm charging it with the case on, that's whenever I just like leave it on the table, or I can like hold it and use it. I think maybe it's not that it's slick, it's that it has like a different material where the little gems are. It's like this matte coating, so I don't think it gets that secure of a magnetic lock on it. If it was just a plain like clear case or something that didn't have 2 different materials, I think it would work fine. But that's something that I wanted to mention, just so you know, if you have like a huge case, the magnet, like you'll still get the charge, you just won't be able to hold it like I was earlier where it was just sticking on without the case. Does that make sense? I over-explain things a lot. You guys are smart people. You knew what I meant, but you know, just in case. All right, so there you have it, my favorites from the month of October. I would love to hear about some of yours. As I mentioned earlier, if you love Christmas, definitely head on over to Instagram and give me a follow. You will not be disappointed. I'm about to bust out my main tree, I'm thinking later this week, and give you a little guided tour of how I decorate, all my favorite pieces, all the Christmas things. I need to decorate back here. That's something I haven't done. I typically just film in front of my Christmas tree, but I need to get some little trees and decorate this back area. Also, if you're one of those people that are like, it's too early. No, it's not. It's never too early, okay? I love Christmas. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.